Hello, today we're going to be presenting a chapter review from the book Digital Marketing All-in-One for Dummies, specifically the chapter Achieving Maximum ROI. Learning outcomes of this project are using the necessary tools for optimizing our campaigns by running split tests, knowing the pages to test and not to test, launching and analyzing a test for a given website or page. The chapter's main idea is, of course, to maximize the ROI, return on investment, and to reach this one we have to make data-driven decision making. One common mistake we usually make is that we take marketing decisions based on intuition. This is a big mistake. There are 7 steps to a successful optimization process. The first step is to understand split testing. This is a marketing experiment where audiences split to test variations of a campaign and determine which performs better. It is used for measurable goals such as clicks and sales. Some tools to test our website are Google Analytics, Testing Technology app, and Test Duration Calculator. Not every website needs to be split tested. We know when not to test a page when the page is one of the worst performing ones, the page doesn't have impact on long-term goals such as 404 page, the page has low traffic. We also know that the page is testworthy when we have a number of unique visitors, raw conversions, and direct impact on the page's goals. The second step is to select page elements to optimize. After determining the page is testworthy, we pick the features we want to optimize based on qualitative data such as the heat map, click tracking, mouse movements, scrolling, the user surveys we make, the session recordings, and then customer service questions we engage with the customers who buy there. As for the third step, getting ready to test, we need to develop an optimization hypothesis. We need to come up with a plan, a meaningful and actionable hypothesis. The second one, we need to choose the metrics to track. We need to determine the key PIs, key performance indicators, to evaluate our split test. And the third one, we need to calculate our test timeline, as we mentioned also before. We have to use the duration calculator, round it up to the next week. The fourth step is preparing to launch. In this step, we have to define some objective number goals in Google Analytics. We have to check that our page renders correctly in all browsers. We need to ensure that we have no testing conflicts. We need to do the checking links. We need to check that the links work and go to the right page, and we need to keep variation load times similar or identical. The fifth step is to call a test and to know how a test performed. We know that we can call a test when our test timeline matches our schedule and when we've completed the week, rounded up time. We have 3 options for variations performer: a successful variation, we should consider implementing it; a failed variation, we don't consider implementing because it's not worth it; and a null variation, it depends on us whether we want or don't want to implement it. And the 6th step is analyzing the test. Here we have 8 stages. The first one is reporting all our findings. The second one is reporting our conversion rate. The third one is looking at each variant's heat map. The fourth one is analyzing key segments in Google Analytics. The fifth one is implementing the successful variations. The sixth one is, if the results of the split test was null, pick our preferred variation. The seventh one, use our findings to create new hypotheses. And the 8th one is to share our findings. Thank you for your attention. This was all for this presentation.